The time you waste will never return. A powerful life lesson. In the bustling city of Chicago, there lived a teenager named Ryan. He was full of potential, bright, creative, and ambitious, but he had one big weakness. He never valued time. Ryan spent his days glued to his phone, endlessly scrolling through social media, watching random videos and playing games late into the night. He always told himself, "I'll do my homework later, or I'll start my goals next week." But that week never came. One day, Ryan was excited to check his grades, expecting decent scores, but when he opened the report card, his heart sank. His grades had plummeted, and for the first time he saw his teachers' disappointed expressions. His best friend Josh, who used to struggle in school, had now surpassed him. Ryan felt ashamed but didn't know how to fix it. That evening, his grandfather, a retired professor, noticed his distress. Sitting beside him, he handed Ryan a simple sand timer and said, "Son, do you know the real cost of wasted time?" His grandfather flipped the timer and watched the sand trickle down. "Once these grains fall, you can't put them back. That's how time works. Once it's gone, it never returns. Let me tell you a story. There was once an old carpenter named Thomas. He was known for crafting the finest clocks in town. One day, a young man came to him and said, "Sir, I want a clock that will remind me of time's value." Years passed and the young man became a successful businessman. He often looked at the clock and reminded himself to use every moment wisely. One day when he was old, his grandson asked, "Grandpa, what's the secret of your success?" The man pointed to the clock and said, "This taught me that time is the most precious thing we have. I never let it slip away." Ryan sat in silence, staring at the sand timer. For the first time, he truly understood what his grandfather was trying to say. He had been throwing away time like it was infinite, but in reality, every wasted moment was gone forever. Determined to change, Ryan made a plan. He set strict limits on his phone usage, started a morning routine, and dedicated focused time for studying. He even began exercising and reading books instead of scrolling aimlessly. At first, the changes felt small, but day by day, he noticed improvements. Within months, Ryan's grades improved. His teachers were impressed, his parents were proud, and even Josh noticed the change. He felt more confident, energized, and in control of his life. By the time he graduated, Ryan had earned a scholarship and was ready to chase his dreams. Years later, as a successful entrepreneur, someone asked him, "What's the secret to your discipline?" He smiled and said, "This. It taught me that time is my greatest asset. Time is like sand in an hourglass. Once it slips through, you can never get it back. Success doesn't come from luck. It comes from valuing every moment and making it